going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Action Sunday. This week, as requested, I was asked to review Bloodfist 8, Train to Kill, or as its alternate title is called No Way Out. So, yeah. Why the alternate title, I'll never know. It stars Don the Dragon Wilson and World Karate. Well, you get the point. He's a World Karate champion, boxing champion, where he is. So, and now I'm gonna admit this right now. My window into his career is very limited. The only movie I know they was in and I've seen is Sci-Fi, and that movie was shit compared to this, in my opinion. But for those of you that have never heard the Bloodfist movies or Bloodfist 8 or anything like that, so as soon as I heard Bloodfist 8, I'm like, okay, do I have to go back and watch any of the others to get this? Well, it turns out the Bloodfist series, it's actually an anthology, if that makes sense, because the first two movies follow one character, then all the others follow a different character and a different person, but they're all played by Don the Dragon Wilson, and they all have unique settings and unique stories to tell. But to me, that just tells you how cheap it can be. So I'm like, I don't know. That had me scratch my head. But I looked into this and I'm like, wait a minute. The executive producer of most of these movies was Roger Corman. And apparently I'm a kind of a bit of a fan of his because I do like some of his old horror films they used to do, especially ones back in the 60s. Remember all the Edgar Allan Poe films? How ironic, as I have The Mad Magician playing in the background, which features Vincent Price, who starred in those Edgar Allan Poe films. But anyway, the plot of Bloodfist 8. So Don the Dragon Wilson plays a guy named McGreary, but he takes up this guy named Cohen. I don't know. It's a bit of a confusing double identity. So turns out he's like a former CIA agent that's been undercover, and apparently an operation in his past has come back to haunt him, and now it kind of puts him in danger as well as his son. I'm like, oh wow, that's pretty unique. Yeah, and then goes from there, and essentially goes into more like, okay, we gotta go into hiding kind of thing. I thought that was unique, but now comes the thing that maybe drew me to this movie is that the latter part of this movie was shot and filmed in Ireland. And I'm a sucker for places like Ireland. As you know, I am Irish. And of course, I've always love it when Ireland is part of a setting where it's like something like, I don't know, Patriot Games or The Quiet Man. But here, it kind of works into it in some ways. McCreary has a friend who happens to know all that. He's like former Interpol or something like that. He's got a nice rat-looking castle. It's actually a famous castle. So I thought that was pretty unique. Some of these sequences and shots were filmed in Ireland. It's like I thought it was good, but now comes the things that kind of takes me out of it. That makes it go unrealistic, okay? Besides the fight scenes, better fist fights, but there's some shootout scenes that happen, and of course one of them happens, and I presume Dublin. They don't tell you which city it is. All you just need to know is that this is it's a downtown Irish city. So apparently at one point, so he's hiding in an alcove, like one of those things with a door in it, and they're shooting at one direction, but they're shooting at where he's hiding. And here's the thing. The bullets are hitting the nearby corner from him, right in front of him or near him. So wouldn't there be a ricochet that would probably kill him anyway? How's he not dying? So that kind of took me out of it because, hey, my brother's in the military. I've heard of situations like this. So it's like, yeah, watch for ricochets. How wasn't it ricocheting? I'll never know. And another thing that took me out of it was, wait a minute, a guy gets killed by getting kicked into a car, gets electrocuted, and blows up. To me, I was like, wait a minute, that can't really happen. But yeah, so I don't know what the hell were they doing. It's like I think they really should have that really took me out. If you want to make it realistic, make sure if you're gonna do cap guns or ricochet explosions, make sure it's real. Okay, like I said, ricochets hurt more than the actual bullet shot itself. All right, so something to think about. That was the only thing. But when it came to the confusing parts, I was like, okay, what's going on? Who is he gotta trust? What's going on? The double identity just had me scratching my head. But I will admit the setting is just perfect for this action movie. Like I said, very few action movies ever take place in Ireland. This one I think is the best, I think, of the bunch. that I know. But if there's any others I missed, let me know. All right, but. Yeah, not much else I can say. Acting wise, it's all right. Like what you expect from Don Dragon Wilson. He's like, usually martial artists, their range is either from 1 to nothing, or in the way of like Chuck Norris. It's like sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad. Who knows? But you all get my point. Everything else I think was all right. Now I have like star power when it comes to a B movie, because what you expect, these are B movies. They're just made and released on VHS, and you just easily watch them just to kill some time. And it's a good popcorn flick, I'll admit that. But there are a couple things that just really took me out of it. All right. So overall, if I had to give Bloodfist 8 a score, I'm going to give Bloodfist maybe a 4.5 out of 10. That's as best I'm going to get, because like I said, a couple things that didn't add up. It's not exactly the best. It's not Die Hard level. It's not Lethal Weapon level, but it's passable. It's fine, but it's like I want to rate it higher, but I want to like it, but. Like I said, there was so much unrealistic expectations when I came to seeing this movie. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's something that I don't know. Like when it comes to the Bloodfist series, may I'll expand more on it in the near future. Okay. So that does it for today. And what you think, go if you want to watch it. It's available on the Tubi app or available on YouTube. I was able to watch it on YouTube either way. So yeah, give it a watch. All right. So that does for this week. Thumbs up video, subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for some more awesome and exciting videos. Stay tuned for next week. I have a special treat for everyone. All right. Take care, folks.